The dissolution of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's 19-year marriage has sent ripples through Hollywood's glittering facade, exposing not just the fragility of celebrity unions but the complex undercurrents of blended families and lingering loyalties. As the dust settles on this high-profile split, a poignant narrative emerges from the shadows. The unspoken reservations of Kidman's two eldest children, Isabella Bella and Connor, born from her previous marriage to Tom Cruise. According to those close to the family, these siblings, now adults navigating their own paths, never fully reconciled with their mother's choice to build a life with the Australian country crooner. Their skepticism, rooted in the stark contrast between their father's megastar aura and Urban's more grounded persona, simmered beneath the surface for nearly 2 decades, only to resurface amid the headlines of separation. At the heart of this familial rift lies a tale of transition and transformation, one that mirrors the dramatic arcs Kidman has so masterfully portrayed on screen. Her marriage to Cruise in 1990 was the stuff of tabloid fairy tales, a union of two A-listers at the peak of their powers, blending Scientology's spiritual fervor with red carpet glamour. Bella and Connor arrived amid this whirlwind. Bella in 1992, adopted from a Ukrainian orphanage, and Connor in 1995, plucked from a Washington, D.C. foster system. The family jetted between Mission Impossible sets and Sydney estates, a cocoon of privilege where Cruise's charisma cast a long shadow. Kidman, then an emerging force in films like Dead Calm and Days of Thunder, found in Cruise a partner who amplified her star power, offering a world of premieres, private jets and unyielding adoration. It was a partnership that, for all its intensity, crumbled under irreconcilable differences, culminating in a 2001 divorce that left Bella and Connor, then just 8 and 5, as emotional collateral. Enter Keith Urban in 2005, a serendipitous encounter at a Los Angeles event that blossomed into romance against the backdrop of Kidman's post-divorce reinvention. Urban, with his tousled locks, guitar-strummed ballads, and unpretentious charm, represented a departure from Cruise's intensity, a breath of fresh air for the actress then starring in The Interpreter and Bewitched. Their wedding in Sydney, a lavish affair attended by Hollywood royalty, symbolized renewal. Kidman in a flowing Balenciaga gown, Urban vowing eternal devotion under Manly's cliffs. Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret followed in 2008 and 2010 respectively, completing a blended brood that appeared idyllic on Instagram feeds and magazine covers. Yet, beneath this polished veneer, sources whisper of discord sown early by Bella and Connor's unwavering allegiance to their father. It's tough to watch her go from their dad, this handsome superstar who handed her the world on a platter, to this random country singer, confides an insider familiar with the family's dynamics. The phrase random country singer encapsulates the chasm. Cruise, the box office behemoth behind Top Gun and Jerry Maguire, embodied Hollywood's apex predator, charismatic, controlling, and cosmically ambitious. Urban, for all his Grammy wins and chart toppers like It's a Love Thing, hailed from the honky-tonk circuit, his career a gritty ascent from Brisbane pubs to Nashville's neon glow. To Bella and Connor, raised on tales of Cruise's daring-do and Scientology's structured worldview, Urban might have seemed an interloper, a folksy outsider disrupting the narrative they'd internalized. Bella and Connor never understood what Nicole saw in Keith, the source elaborates, painting a picture of quiet bewilderment that festered over family holidays and milestone celebrations. Compounding this was Urban's early marital stumble. Just 5 months after the wedding, he entered rehab for a cocaine addiction that had shadowed his rise. The episode thrust Kidman into a maelstrom of support and scrutiny, as she juggled film shoots for Australia and Nine while holding space for her new husband's recovery. It didn't help that Keith landed in rehab a few months after they got married and put Nicole through hell, the insider notes, evoking the chaos of cancelled tours, media frenzies, and Kidman's solitary vigils outside treatment centers. For Bella and Connor, then teenagers acclimating to dual households, this vulnerability in their mother's new partner likely deepened their doubts. Cruise, ever the pillar of stoic success, had shielded them from such public pitfalls. Urban's relapse humanized him in ways that clashed with their idealized paternal template. Over the years, these reservations manifested subtly: awkward silences at joint family gatherings, polite but distant interactions during Urban's tours, and a preference for time with Cruise's inner circle. Bella, now 33 and a fashion designer based in London, has carved a low-key path, occasionally sharing glimpses of her life on social media but rarely referencing her stepfamily. Her 2015 wedding to IT consultant Max Parker was a private affair, with Cruise walking her down the aisle but nary a mention of Urban. Connor, 30, has embraced a more reclusive existence in Scientology's orbit, pursuing DJ gigs and deep-sea fishing in Clearwater, Florida. His rare public appearances, like a 2023 Scientology event, underscore a loyalty to his father's legacy that may have strained ties with Kidman's Nashville-centric life. Kidman, for her part, has navigated these waters with the grace of a seasoned performer, often extolling the joys of her blended family in interviews. In a 2020 Vogue feature, she described Urban as her rock, crediting his steadiness for her roles in Big Little Lies and The Undoing. Yet, the insider suggests her children sense the compromises, the shift from Cruz's high-octane lifestyle to Urban's soulful simplicity, from global premieres to farm life tranquility. They questioned what drew her to him from the start, the source reveals, implying a perception that Urban's appeal lay more in emotional rescue than intellectual parody. Kidman's attraction, insiders posit, stemmed from Urban's authenticity. A man who penned "Who Wouldn't Wanna Be Me" as a love letter to her resilience, who grounded her amid the vertigo of fame. The split, announced amid vague allusions to irreconcilable differences, has amplified these old fault lines. With assets like their $4.5 million Tennessee estate and joint production ventures in play, the divorce proceedings promise to unearth more than financial entanglements. Bella and Connor's resurfaced doubts, the source claims, stem from a vindication long harbored. Perhaps their mother's heart never fully mended post-Cruz, or Urban's steadiness proved insufficient against fame's tempests. Kidman, now 58 and eyeing Oscar nods for Baby Girl, faces this chapter with characteristic poise, but the emotional toll on her eldest children underscores the divorce's human cost. This story isn't just gossip fodder, it's a meditation on legacy's long shadow. Bella and Connor, products of a union that defined 1990s cinema, embody the innocence caught in stardom's crossfire. Their resistance to Urban reflects a universal ache, the fear that new love erases the old, that step-parents can't supplant biological bonds. Cruz, now 63 and helming Top Gun. Maverick's sequel Empire, remains a spectral presence, his enduring bond with his kids a testament to shared history's glue. Urban, 58, retreats to music's solace, his post-split tracks rumored to brim with heartache.